Hello and welcome to this tutorial in creating textured backgrounds in Photoshop for the web. So first we want to go ahead and open up a new document here. I'm going to go ahead and keep mine width 900, height 900, but if you are using this as a way to present mock-up images for your client, I would definitely suggest going ahead and making this the width and the height for the screen resolution that you are aiming for. And again, you're going to want to name yours something. I'm just going to keep mine Untitled 1 because I will be deleting it after this tutorial. So go ahead and click OK. You want to go ahead and immediately create a new layer. And you'll see why here in a second when we overlay our pattern, but I'm going to go ahead and call this lowercase background and hit OK. And then I've already chosen this really neat color. I like it. It's FDFFE3. It's sort of a cream looking color, and we're going to go ahead and use that. And you want to select your paint bucket tool and go ahead and fill that in for your background. So now we have already created our background, and now we need to create the pattern to lay over our background. So go ahead and click File, New to make a new document. And this we definitely have specific pixel sizes. So we want a width of 5 and a height of 5. And we want the background contents to be transparent because we're going to set what we create in this 5x5 pixel space on top of the background that we just created. And again, you can name this something. I'm going to go ahead and leave it Untitled 2. So go ahead and click OK. And I like to zoom in using the Control+ option. So zoom in all the way until you can see all those little pixels. So we're at 3200% zoom. And what we want to do is go ahead and before we do anything else, select a new color. And I like to use grays in the pattern. And you'll see why, hopefully, here in a second. But I'm going to go ahead and select BB, BB, B9. I really like that gray. So we're going to go ahead and click OK. And again, just remember that this is a very simple, basic pattern. And this is just to sort of give you a guideline of how the whole pattern process works in creating patterns so that you can make your own. But we're going to go ahead and make a diagonal pattern. We're going to go over here and select our pencil tool, which is right under the brush tool. And you just want to fill in with that gray a diagonal line. Just like that. That's all there is to it. And then we want to hit Edit, go all the way down to Define Pattern, click Define Pattern, and we'll name this Diagonal. I think that's how you spell it. Click OK. And then go back to our background that we already created. Now, we want to make sure that little b background is selected. Go up to Layer, go down to Layer Style. You can find it from blending options, but I like to just go straight to Pattern Overlay. Click the Pattern Overlay, and then this little bubbly thing will show up, but that's okay. We just click this little arrow here within the Pattern section, and then we can select our pattern that we just created. And as you can see, it gives you this pattern, and it's been overlaid within the background. But we need to make some adjustments because that looks sort of silly, and we're only at 66% view. So we can take a look at that. Let's go ahead and click OK for now and zoom in a little bit and see how dark that is. If you tried to write text over that, it really wouldn't show up well. So what we want to do is go back, Layer, Layer Style, Pattern Overlay, and though you can adjust the scale, I just sort of like to keep it at 100%, but what we do definitely want to adjust is the opacity. And you can click it down and sort of test it out like this. I like around 20%, so I'm going to go ahead and type that in. 20%, click OK, and there you have it. It's a very light texture, but you can add text. I'll give you an example here. Make it a different color. And it looks just fine. It totally works with the text. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial on creating textured backgrounds in Photoshop for the web. And remember to comment and ask questions on my channel. Thank you.